So UFC Saudi Arabia goes down this weekend. Fight night Adesanya versus Imavov. We've lost a few fights. I'm not gonna lie. We've lost a couple. El Sawadi is just not going to be fighting now. Ikram versus Muniz is off. So yeah, there is a few fights, few cancellations, but it's still a pretty good card. It's probably also a good thing if you're from Australia that there's a few fights cut off because it means we can not die from sleep deprivation. But anyway, let's get into the card. Let's break down the fights. So let's get into it. Hamdi Abdulawap. I think I pronounced that properly because I'm a big Hamdi enjoyer. I really do enjoy Hamdi, the Egyptian Goliath. He's 3-0, but he did win his last fight, but he did pop for PDs, which is, it's a bit worrying, to be honest, that he has popped, but he's also got an amateur background. He's got a lot of experience. Jamal Pogue's just morbidly obese. I haven't checked if maybe he's lost some weight this count. I'm just going to imagine he's still morbidly obese because his last fight he weighed 265. He's a former middleweight. So we got another Jake Collier on our hands here. While Hamdi, big guy, always probably being a big guy. Let's just have a look at this dude. He's a bit leaner there. He's not the taller. He's not the longest arms. He's not got the longest arms, but he's got power. He's a Egyptian wrestler. And one of his only losses was also because of illegal strokes. So, he's a pretty good guy. He's also got some bare knuckle fights as well in MMA. So, he's a powerful guy. He's a strong guy. I like him to get this one done over Jamal Pogues. He's got the wrestling. He's got power. Now, maybe he's going to be a different fighter post-PEDs, but I think he'll beat Jamal Pogues at the very least. Then we have Bogdan Grad versus Lucas Alexander. Okay, yeah, the odds are pretty close here. I really do like Bogdan Grad to win. I was about to say Bogdan Gruskov. I really like him to win this fight. Lucas Alexander is weird because he's decently good, but he's got a very bad chin. He got pretty bad chin. He got KO'd by Jekka Saragi, who's powerful, but shouldn't be getting slept like that by Jekka Saragi. He did beat Steven Peterson, but Peterson, he just didn't want to fight anymore. He retired straight after that fight. You could tell the fire was gone. And he's also been pretty inactive. He didn't fight at all last year, which is crazy. Where's he been? Where has Lucas Alexander been for all that time? Maybe he's going to come in and have some rapid improvement, but I think Bogdan Grad's more athletic. He's a powerful guy. I like him a lot at featherweight. This is his weight class. Against Tom Nolan, he was very undersized in that fight. He got destroyed by Tom Nolan, but he is a decent guy. I reckon Bogdan Grad's not a bad fight. His fight on Dana White Contender Series was very close, but you could argue he won it on damage. I think he'll be able to knock out Lucas Alexander in this fight, so we're gonna go Bogdan Grad. Then we have Jasmine Jasudavicius versus Mayra Buno Silva. Oh my god, why am I picking? Let's just go Jasmine Jasudavicius. Mayra Buno Silva just hasn't looked good ever since she fought for the title. She beat Holly Holm with a ninja choke, and everyone's like, oh shit, maybe we got someone there. Then she just straight admitted, I'm glad Amanda Nunes isn't champ because she would beat me. And then it just, she was honest, and it just went downhill. I think you need to be a bit delusional to be a fighter. I don't think Mayra Buno Silva is delusional enough. I feel like she's actually a realist, and because of that, I feel like she's not that good because now she's realistically, if Amanda Nunes was champ, who's going to be aiming for the top if you don't believe you can be champ, who's going to be winning all these fights because I know I can win this fight. She just straight said Amanda Nunes would beat her, so that's what I'm going to base this on. Maybe not the best motivation, but I'm going to say Jasmine Jasudavicius somehow gets it done. Then we have Terrence McKinney versus Damir Hadzovic. Now, a lot of people say, why are you giving Terrence McKinney this bum, Damir Hadzovic? But, look at their records. They have very similar records when you think about it. 15-7, 14-7. Both of these guys are pretty similar. If you're going to beat Damir, you got to wrestle. I think Terrence McKinney can wrestle here. He's a very good wrestler. His gas tank isn't the best. But, this is a pretty good matchup for Terrence McKinney, all things considered. He could just get bombed though. Damir does have bombs in his hands. He's got good knees as well. But he's older as well. He's 8 years older. I don't think he's been chinned a couple times. He has been subbed. He has been wrestle fucked. Yeah, beat by Gillespie. So he's been knocked out by Mebek, but Beck was a crazy good fighter. He fought Jotko back in the day, which is crazy. He's only been chinned once. I think McKinney to get a sub is probably the play here. So I'm going to go Terrence McKinney by submission. I don't trust in McKinney like moving forward because the man has taken an insane amount of damage. He got knocked out in like a minute. His last fight as well against Esteban Ribovic. But Esteban Ribovic is an underrated guy. I think he should be undefeated in my opinion. I think Esteban should have won that fight against the Tajik guy he fought. Like he should have won that on damage. So I don't really, I'm not going to hate on McKinney for losing to Esteban. I think Esteban is very talented, very young guy. He's a dog, so it's not like a bad loss. But he has taken a lot of damage. So Demir could just bomb him, but I'm going to trust in McKinney to beat Demir with the wrestling. Because Demir, let's not forget, got absolutely wrestle fucked by, I was going to say Jai Herbert, not Jai Herbert. Mark DeCasey, very long time ago. He also had a war with Yancy Medeiros, so he is war ready. He will go to war, but regardless, I'm going to pick McKinney to get this one done. Then we have Shamil Gaziev versus Thomas Peterson. I'm obviously going to go with Shamil Gaziev to get this one done. Peterson did just destroy Mo Usman, but I also don't think Mo Usman was that good. He did lose to Jamal Pokes though, which is a horrible look. But Shamil Gaziev, good boxing for heavyweight, good wrestling for heavyweight. And he comes out of a good gym. He comes out of KHK. I think it's, what do you call it, KHK? The gym out of Bahrain. Good gym there. They're very financed, very like the Bahrainian royal family finances it. So, he's got the big bucks coming in. While Thomas Peterson's, I don't know, he's from like Arkansas or something, isn't he? Minnesota. Okay, Minnesota. No, but not like the richest place, more farmland area type stuff. While Shamil Gaziev has fucking sheiks funding him, like he needs to be the next big thing. They're funding everything. While Thomas Peterson's probably like living on some farm in Minnesota. He's not probably got the best funding, the best gym. So I'm gonna go Shamil Gaziev based on blood money. So I don't even think Bahrain has blood money, but you never know. But yeah, I just think Bahrain will probably fund Shamil Gaziev. Like he's gonna come up like. He's going to improve rapidly. Like they are getting the best institutes, the best training partners, everything. Well, Thomas Peterson, Donald Trump or the Tim Walz, because I think he's like the governor of Minnesota, isn't he? He's not funding Thomas Peterson to be the next big thing. So I'm gonna go Arab money winning this fight for Shamil Gaziev. Then we have Muhammad Naimov versus Khan Offley. Interesting fight, to be honest. Like Khan Offley, he's not as bad as that KO loss will make you think. He is a pretty good wrestler. He's a good fighter. He looked really improved on Tough, but I'm going to pick Naimov just because Offley's coming off a pretty bad KO, and Naimov does have some pretty powerful hands for the featherweight division. And he's probably going to be a lot bigger. So I'm going to Muhammad Naimov to beat Khan Offley here in this fight. But it could get interesting. Like, Khan Offley can fight dirty in the pocket. He's going to have to fight a dirty fight. He can't go technical. I feel like that was maybe his problem in the fight, in his last fight against Myron Santos. He fought too clean. He tried to fight a bit too clean. Should have been like gritting it out, clinch, grab the head, punch, shoot for takedowns. Like, I know Santos has amazing takedown defense. It was going to be a tough fight, but I feel like he's going to need to fight a dirty fight to beat Naimov here. So I'm going to go Muhammad Naimov to win. Then we have Faresi Zam versus Mike Davis. Okay, Davis is the slight favourite. I agree with that. I think Mike Davis will win this fight. I think Faresi Zam has improved rapidly. He's on a 4-fight winning streak. I think his last loss was against Terrence McKinney, right? Yeah, that is crazy. Look at this resume. Shouldn't have beat Malaki though. Malaki beat him, but still Malaki, Luigi, he's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's 6-1 in his last 7. McKinney's his 1 loss. That is a really good win for McKinney. McKinney's got a weirdly good resume sometimes. But I am gonna go Mike Davis. He's got good takedown defense. He is a great boxer. I love this guy's boxing. I wish he would be more active. That's the one thing going against Mike Davis. He's so inactive. But he can wrestle. He's got a good wrestling base himself. Athletic. He won the Tiger Muay Thai trials years and years ago as well, if I remember correctly. He's a very good fighter, very underrated guy, and I think he will be able to beat Faresi Zam here. So I'm going to go Mike Davis. Then we have Sedna Magomedov versus Vinicius Oliveira. I'm gonna go Vinicius Oliveira in this fight, to be honest with you guys. I really liked what I seen against Ricky Simone. We know he's a great striker, very good striker, great takedown defense. His takedown defense really impressed me. Now, Sedna Magomedov isn't like a typical Dagestani who's just going in there to wrestle, wrestle, wrestle. He is a very good striker, good spinning attacks, very Zabit Magomedov Shapirov. Very Zabit-esque with his approach. He can get ninja chokes. That's just like his thing. He's got a lot of ninja chokes. But I think Vinicius Oliveira will win this fight. I like his takedown defense. I worry about the decision just because it's in Saudi Arabia. This is Saudi Arabia, right? I want to check just in case. Okay, yeah, it is Saudi Arabia because I was thinking maybe it was the Abu Dhabi one. No, that's in March, I think. But yeah, I'm gonna go Vinicius Oliveira to beat Sedna Magomedov. This is going to be a close fight. Both these guys are pretty talented. I really rate that performance he had over Ricky Simone. Like, his takedown defense looked really improved. Obviously, Sapai took him down a lot, but I think Sapai is pretty good. I know, he didn't have like the craziest performance against Ricky Tercios, but he still won. And who knows what that KO took out of him. So I'm going Vinicius Oliveira to win. I think his power takedown defense. Maybe not the better technical striker, but his power will probably be king here. So I'm going to go with Vinicius Oliveira. Then we have Sergey Pavlovich versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. I'm going Pavlovich. I know he lost to Volkov, and he did lose to Tom Aspinall, but I feel like we can... Volkov has hit a new leaf in his career. Like, he should have beat Cyril Gane. He got badly robbed. He also beat Rozenstruik himself, and he just immediately chinned him. I know MMA math doesn't work. I'll say this every time I do a prediction. But Pavlovich, I feel like showed he's probably a bit more durable. Yeah, he got KO'd by Tom Aspinall, but Aspinall's really quick. He's a very quick, slick boxer. But, yeah, I like Pavlovich to just march forward, eventually find the chin and put Rozenstruik out. I think he'll win. He's younger. Rozenstruik's taking a lot of damage himself. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Pavlovich. What is the performance? What performance is Rozenstruik coming off now? He's got 2 wins. He beat Tuivasa and he beat Gaziv. Before that, he lost to Almeida, lost to Blades, Volkov. Yeah, so he then lost to Gane, and then obviously Ngannou chinned him. So I don't expect it'll be 20 seconds like Ngannou did. I think Pavlovich will probably be a bit more cautious. But eventually, he'll just throw it out the window and he'll catch him. Like, you got to look at the reach as well. 6-inch reach advantage. I feel like Pavlovich's long arms will eventually find the mark on Rozenstruik's chin, and he will catch him and he'll put him away. Then we have the co-main event, which is Shara Magomedov versus Michael Venom Page. This is an interesting fight because Michael Venom Page said he's not going to keep fighting a middleweight. So I don't know why they made this fight. It's a fun fight, don't get me wrong. But I'm going with Michael Venom Page because this is going to be a striking fight. Shara isn't a very good wrestler. Michael Venom Page, much more athletic, I'd say better technical striker. Maybe the power will be different, but Shara is also a former welterweight. But you look at the height. Michael Venom Page is going to be taller. He's very athletic, like I said, powerful, very unorthodox. So is Shara to an extent. Like, this is going to be weird. This could either be the best fight ever or one of the worst fights ever. But I feel like this is a fight where we get like a vintage MVP performance. He's throwing spinning elbows, big kicks. There won't be any wrestling here. Maybe Shara will shoot, but I don't think his wrestling's that level. I think he did shoot on Antonio Tricoli, and I don't think he had much success there. You've got to imagine Michael Venom Page is a bit better than Tricoli when it comes to that. Like, obviously we have seen Michael Venom Page be taken down, held down, but he did win a grappling match recently against Carlos Condit, so he's working on his grappling. I think you could argue he has the grappling edge here over Shara Magomedov. Crazy enough as that sounds to say MVP's got a wrestling edge over a Dagestani, I do think that is the case. So I am going to go Michael Venom Page. I'm very excited to see how this fight plays out. I hope this isn't a bore fest, which it has potential to be, but like Shara Magomedov doesn't have the best hands. His boxing isn't that good. He's not a great jabber. He doesn't have big power. Like, he's got some decent power, but he's not like really that technical with the hands. He's more of a kicker. So I feel like we're going to see a lot of Michael Venom Page in and out. Plus, Sharon Magomedov has one eye. So if Michael Venom Page just paws at that eye a little bit, hurts him in the eye, he's going to be able to hit shot after shot. Sharon Magomedov also doesn't have the best defense. So it just feels like this is the type of fight where we just get Michael Venom Page putting on a bit of a clinic. I could be wrong. Sharon Magomedov could just come in there and catch him out of nowhere, which would be crazy. That'd be pretty big for Sharon Magomedov. Obviously, 15-0. Crazy he's not getting a ranked opponent. I guess technically Michael Venom Page is a ranked welterweight, but yeah, this is weird though. It's a weird fight, weird matchmaking, but I love it. I guess he's older. Let him get the fun fights. Let him get a striker, but in a pure striking fight, you gotta like Michael Venom Page, especially when the guy he's fighting probably isn't a better grappler than him. At the very least, similar level. So I'm gonna go Michael Venom Page. Then we have the main event: Israel Adesanya versus Nasruddin Imavov. Interesting fight. Now I made a video a year ago. I think it was right after Sean Strickland beat Israel Adesanya. I said Israel Adesanya will never win a fight again. I feel like this is Israel Adesanya's best matchup, but I gotta stand on business a little bit, so I can't in good conscience pick Israel Adesanya because I made a video saying he will never win a fight again. But I did preface in that video he will never win another fight again unless he fights Chris Curtis. And to the best of my knowledge, Nasruddin Imavov is not Chris Curtis, so I'm gonna pick Nasruddin Imavov to win this fight. But I do have reasoning, not just because of my pick, not just because I got to stand on business. I do think this is a pretty tough matchup for Adesanya because Nasruddin Imavov is pretty, he's pretty powerful in the pocket. His pocket boxing pretty good. He's got a good clinch. These are the sort of things you need to use against Adesanya. You got to be good in the pocket. He's got very clean 1-2s, 1-2-3s. I think we could see him catch Adesanya with the same 1-2 that Sean Strickland did. He's long. He's actually not got that long reach, but I feel like his height's going to make things a bit difficult. We've seen with Adesanya, he struggles against people who are similar height to him. Adesanya is going to have to punch up a bit more. He's used to fighting shorter opponents. We'll probably see a lot of leg kicking, but Imavov is more of a striker. He's a Dagestani, he's French as well. But he does have a wrestling game as well. He did take down Chris Curtis, which is pretty impressive. Curtis has some pretty underrated takedown defense. If you watch Chris Curtis fight, there has been, especially in the UFC, people weren't being able to take him down. Recently he's been taken down a few times, but Imavov was the first one to start taking him down. And I think that speaks to his takedowns that he doesn't use it very often, but he does have it pretty good offensively. The Brendan Allen fight was close, but obviously that was grappling. Pure striking, I feel like Imavov will be pretty dangerous. Adesanya is obviously still very good. I'm not denying that. I'm not saying he's like Tony Ferguson level where he just can't win a fight. I just think his mentality after losing 2 in a row is you know what? If I lose, so be it. My life goes on. I'm not champion anymore. I'm not fighting for a belt now. I feel like his mentality isn't going to be there anymore, which is a big part of being a fighter. Of course, the skills pay the bills, as they say, but I feel like mentality is a big part of the skills paying the bills. If you have that mentality where you're going in there to die like he was against Kelvin Gastelum, I don't think he has that anymore against Imavov. I feel like you think, all right, this kid's hungrier. I'm just going to sit back a little bit and I'll just go to the decision. I'll survive. That's what it seemed like against Sean Strickland. He did seem to turn it on against Dricus du Plessis, but eventually he got broken a little bit, and I think that is going to wear on him a little bit. Yeah, he's got an ego. Of course, fighters need egos, but I feel like Adesanya losing 2 in a row, this is going to be mentally draining for him moving forward. So I think Imavov will win this fight. I don't know if he'll knock him out though. I think he'll win a 48-47 decision. I don't think this is going to be some crazy blowout performance by Imavov. Adesanya, of course, can win. I'm not denying that. I'm not saying this is going to be... I was so confident in Dricus du Plessis to beat Adesanya. I was telling everyone, he's going to win. I remember going back and forth with my friend because he's a big Adesanya fan. He'd be like, oh, yeah, the Safa's going to die, the South African guy's going to get killed, all this stuff. But I just keep saying to him, no, he's going to win. He has plot armor. And he won. He won. He went in there... Eventually, Dricus du Plessis' plot armor. I don't think Imavov has the plot armor that Dricus du Plessis has, to be quite honest with you. His clinch, I say his clinching is good. We have seen him lose a lot in the clinch, like against Phil Hawes, and Cannonier was doing pretty good in the clinch. But it does seem to have improved a little bit. He's got some weapons. I could see him landing a lot of knees. But yeah, I just picture in the pocket. I see him having a lot of success here, and I think if he hurts Adesanya will go and sort of have that similar fight he had against Sean Strickland, where he'll just sit back a little bit more, and Imavov will be the one moving forward the whole time. Because he is a sharpshooter in the pocket, especially with that 1-2. So I think Imavov will win this fight by decision over Israel Adesanya. But yeah, I don't see him beating anyone else after this. Like, obviously, I don't think he's going to... I'm not saying Imavov's going to go on a crazy losing streak after this. I just mean I don't know if I favour him against any of these middleweight up-and-comers or any of the ranked middleweights. Like, I think Strickland would beat him again. I think Whittaker is like a sneaky tough matchup for him because he's very well-rounded. I think Dricus would kill him. Like, to be honest with you, I think Dricus would beat Imavov. Like, who else is there? Like, Hamza would obviously beat him. I think Hamza would destroy him easily. And then, I think some of these other guys in the middleweight division would probably give him a tough go of things. But I think Adesanya is probably his best matchup. Maybe you could argue Whittaker as well, because Whittaker's not like the most durable guy, but I think Imavov will get this one done, but I don't picture him becoming champion or anything like that. So yeah, those are my predictions for UFC Fight Night Adesanya versus Imavov. Let me know who you guys are picking in the main event and the co-main event, and just a card. Tell me if you got any hot takes. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.